Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3 Men and a Vape Show. God, we are doing well, lads. I think we're about 4 or 5 weeks in a row. That is good goddamn going, ladies and gentlemen. I am joined by the normal, wonderful Mr. B. How are you, buddy?
I'm slightly to the left, how are you?
I'm all good. And we're also joined by the one and only Solo, my big brother. Just before we get kicked on, people in chat, thank you so much for joining us as normal. It was Soliomi's birthday yesterday. So let's put a load of love in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you very much.
Should we do it? Should we do the happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Soliomi.
Happy birthday to
you. Hey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't like it when you get older because that means I'm sort of getting a bit older and all.
Yeah, I think that's how it kind of works.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one year we went to Expo and you convinced me I was a year older.
I know.
I fucking fixed that. I went to Expo and he literally convinced me that I were a year older than what I was.
Well, Sam had the same thing. She was convinced she was 36, and I said, "There's no way you can be 36." She goes, "How?" Because I'm 38, and you're the same age as me. She's like, "What? I'm 38." She was fucking heartbroken. It was like, you're 38, love. Deal with it.
Time's not good.
No,
it's not on your side. Mr. B, how's your swimming been going?
It's been good. I've done 70 lengths this week. Managed to dodge the Dolly Parton water aerobics community, which was handy. Although they did try and get in my way a little bit on Tuesday, but I weren't going to let them. No. This tugboat was going full steam ahead. And I found a little trick. If they get too close, if I just power up a little bit more, it creates like a tidal wave that sweeps them off to one side. It's wonderful.
Oh, the thing you see is all these blue rinses like bobbing up and down in water.
Yeah, just getting pushed away like at the wake of a tugboat. You know, it's just pushed away.
I told you, Dorothy, we should have gone to bingo instead. This is fucking terrible.
Ethel, you're getting drowned. Fat boy's on his way back. Shit, run.
She's going, I hope you don't fart. It's going to be a ginormous jacuzzi.
I've got to ask, though, are you feeling the benefits?
I am really starting to now. Really starting to. My mobility, my walking, my movement, my mood is all better all the time. Little things like the stairs normally are really an issue because, let's face it, trying to carry a great big weight upstairs is not easy at the best of times. But for years I've done it 1, 2, 1, 2, like right leg, left leg. Now it's just an up rather than doing it normally as you would, which I've not been able to do for years. So yeah.
I bet also, you know, like you were saying there more with your sort of mental health of it. Obviously, you and me both know we talk, and you don't get out much. So I bet that actual bit of getting out there and seeing people and out with your dad and.
It's more to do with the fact that I get to go out somewhere, and it's another. I'm swapping one enclosed spot for another enclosed spot. For an hour, or an hour and a half every 2 days, which is fine by me. Building myself up to go to somewhere like a town centre is not going to happen just yet because I'm likely to throttle somebody.
Yeah,
I just don't like people. I don't like being in public.
It's the it's that thing of baby steps, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, and that's one thing I'm very good at, moving at a very slow pace.
Well, there's a good thing to that, isn't it? Look at sloths, how long they live.
Exactly. You look at all these footballers that have died of a heart attack. Me, still living,
Only time they go down tree, isn't it, is to have a poo.
Do what? Oh, sloths, yeah.
Spend ages up.
Why don't they just shit from up there? It's much more sanitary.
But you don't know, it might catch the branches on the way down and it's going to smell.
No, it's the branches' problems, not theirs.
Well, no, they're going to smell it, aren't they? It's going to be sat there, lingering.
Well, what do you think? They're not up pine trees.
It's quite distant. And then also you've got to think when they're getting up and down, they're only at a slow pace. And
Hang on a minute. Are we really having a conversation about sloths' toileting habits?
Well, you never know. They could slip their arm down and... Oh, it's horrible. I told you, Jeff, you should have got down.
Jeff, you bastard.
That's it. That could be another thing as well. If somebody's coming up and you're shitting.
Well, like you see, if I was a sloth and somebody was coming up, I'd have a shit just for fun of it.
I wonder if the poo's slow and all.
Well,
No, like instead of like a, it's like a. Yeah, right at the end. The milky bars are on you. There will be if you didn't get down that flat tree.
you know, by you.
Told you, shit on the floor, not up here.
So it'd be a
Imagine
slow
if
fart and all, wouldn't it?
If
Slow-
you move
yeah.
that slow and you have to come down the tree for a shit, you look at the distance down and go, "Fuck that! I'll hold on." It's just going to take me 6 months to go and have a shit. No
Well,
thanks.
yeah, it take them half a day to get up and down.
Yeah.
After that thing that dogs do as well to wipe their arse.
Oh, now I've just got a fucking image of 30,000 sloths wiping their ass on the forest floor in slow motion. Front, back.
I caught Zach doing it the other day, and obviously he shouted at him.
I thought you were going to say you caught Mark doing it.
Yeah, caught Zach, but he's got really brainy because we've got obviously like a rug in the front room, so you've got like a knuckle at the end of each of it. You know, like where they've tied. He's found the knuckle, so he starts off on the laminate, and then it's the knuckle. He's like, "Oh, that was great."
It's when he starts
Zach,
doing
get out!
backwards over the
Lou,
knuckle.
wear me tablets.
I've got an itchy arse, Dad. Hold on, son. I'm with you in a minute.
The best thing about it, though, I do look at him and think, do you know what, that looks really good.
The one thing that winds Sam up that I do, I struggle reaching my back like most people do. If I get an itch right in the middle of my bike, I will head for the nearest door frame. And I'm like Blue the Bear.
But it's quite weird that as well. You know, where you can actually reach. You know, like these sort of bits here.
Yeah.
You never really get an itch there, do you? It's always like one that's right in the middle of your shoulder blade that you can't actually get.
Well, that's why I head for door frames, because I swear they designed door frames for that reason. The human scratching post.
Yeah. Either that, you're going to have to start doing a bit of breakdancing like the dog and going, I can smell it. I can smell it.
Can you imagine me spinning around like fucking hell on fire?
Jesus.
It'd be like
Floor
watching
would be
some
clean.
Ghostbusters.
So, dear brother, it has been a week, and obviously you've gained a year as well. So, how was your birthday? How's your week been?
Quiet, to be honest with you. I had a lovely birthday. I had a quiet night in with the missus and Millie, so that was nice. And then obviously I'm coming to yours on
Sunday. Yeah, I'm back to work next Tuesday, so that's going to be like me party before I start work.
So yeah, my week's been pretty quiet, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously work, home, work, home, work, home type of thing. Like I say to the kids, that's
What,
been
you
my
take
week.
kids to work?
No, they asked me what I do.
Oh, right, my kid. Oh, sorry, our kids.
Your kids.
Yeah, sorry, I just thought you took random kids to work. I'm like, you can get done for that, you know?
You imagine walking down the street. You! What?
That's coming to work with me. What do you do,
Oh,
mister? I weigh him in and I weigh him out again.
I'll show you some responsibility. Come here, you little shit.
Next step for him, president, I'm telling you.
Put that fucking disposable down. Come with me, you little bastard.
It-
No,
obviously-
not there.
You can imagine it now, can't you? Where have you been all day, son? It's all right. Up here with that Mark. He's been weighing him in. He's been weighing him out again. It's been
Where
absolute.
you in?
Did he give you any sweets? They're all like, no, he's right, stingy bastard. He didn't have any sweets.
Yeah.
I got this disposable.
The only thing that he got is obviously he's a year older and his Where the Originals have appeared in his pocket.
That's when you know you're getting older.
Do you know the scale? The funniest thing. When I turned 50, I was expecting it, and no, nothing happened. And literally 4 days after I hit 50, I'm getting Sun Life through Letterbox over 50
know.
plan. I thought, Jesus.
For a second then, I thought you were on about erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's
At
all
50
right,
years
that.
old, I was waiting for it, and then 4 days later it happened.
Did you get a free pen?
No, I didn't apply.
And I'll tell you what as well, obviously now you're getting a little bit older, that carriage clock you'll get when you start your policy will be lovely. Sit it on mantle.
No, can't wait for my carriage clock.
Yeah. You get a visit from Parkinson. Or you just get Parkinson's.
Yeah, I think you just get Parkinson now.
Yeah, you just get a knock on your door, don't you? I need money.
I saw him the other day, obviously not down the road, or he won't weighing him in and weighing him out again. I saw him on telly. He looks really poorly.
Who?
Well, he
Parkinson.
was 145.
Parkinson, he's dead.
Is he? No wonder he didn't look well.
Was it on an episode of Paranormal Activities?
Is he dead?
Was Derek Okora next to him?
He's been dead ages.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, I'm gutted now. We were doing a thing about that we Rod, Rod Hull. I watched I watched.
He's not with his sister.
I'll tell you what else I saw the other day as well. He didn't look very well, Elvis.
No, he's definitely not well.
He had the worst death of anybody, didn't he? Having a shit on the toilet and dying.
Yeah.
I can't think of anywhere worse for my wife to find me, especially if I've gone mid shit.
Amount of in excess kind of beats that one, though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but he was caught wanking in a cupboard.
Yeah, but he was holding an orange in his mouth.
Who? Sorry. Where
from
did
In
this
Excess.
go from?
What's his name? Mick
Hutchins.
Hucknall.
Oh,
Hutchins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not Mick Hucknall.
I'm going to say Nick Hucknall.
What is your perfect moment? Get out of that get out of my cupboard. Can you imagine that as well? If you might look, I'd be sat there wanking with that ball in my mouth, and I look behind me, and there's like loads of people from Narnia watching me. There's Mr. Tumnus sat there going, I've never seen out like it, have you?
It'd be your look, it'd be fucking lying. Go on.
Sat there going, the evil queen going, do you want some Turkish delight for that? I don't like it. Anyway, we are back on. We are a Vaping show, ladies and gentlemen, not just smut and all that go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rochford Project, we will be doing the giveaway a little bit later on. Remember, use the code up above 15% off, ladies and gentlemen. While the show is on all the way until 12 o'clock, 3 Men Vape, and we will be doing that a little bit later. We have also got loads for you. It's a jam-packed show. But we are going to start off with the people on the replays. People on the replay. I'm going to play that again because I actually love that. People on the replay.
Anyway, we've got breaking news. Before we do the replay, we've got breaking news. Bill Richards is reporting Parkinson is not dead.
That's it, Mark. Give him a nail again.
We need to find out if he's dead or not.
I'm
concerned
dead.
for the fucking hell.
Michael Parkinson is still alive. He's 86, but very poorly. Fucking hell, bro. You're killing people off.
Dead.
No, he's very much still active. Well, he's alive. I don't know about
Do you know what? Within like 3 seconds, I went from looking a dick to you looking a dick. That's good.
Brotherly. Hey, keeping it in the family, you two. That's what I love.
That's my Twitter. That's my Twitter account going to be blowing up from Parkinson now. Saying hi.
Oi, twat!
Is this an assassination attempt, you bastards?
Do you know what? It's either that or Marks knows something we don't.
Yeah. If he dies tomorrow, there's going to be
we don't.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to play.
He's dead, yeah, no, he's dead. Well, at least he should have been.
Mark, before we do it, I'm going to play on the replay
People
again.
on the replay.
People on the replay.
So someone's happy with using somebody else's work.
So, Mark.
Jeff Bull.
No, that was actually my voice.
Yeah, no, but it's his. Never mind.
Shall I go
Tune in next
for
time
it?
the
Go for
Parkinson
it, brother.
update.
Right then, okay, we've got a few that came out and greeted us. Paul Dooley, good show. I really do like that you all have different opinions on things and not afraid to say them. Keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Thanks. Emojis.
Yes.
Emojis. Sure.
Emojis. Right, we've also got Bill Richards, the wonderful, wonderful Bill Richards.
Always nice to see.
I enjoyed the show last night. This was obviously last Thursday's. It all worked well, was fast moving, so all good here. Thank you, Billy boy.
Mark, I didn't tell you it's Wednesday. You said last Thursday, it's Wednesday.
Did I? Yeah, habit.
Look at his own show, look.
But you never know, he might have wrote it on Thursday.
Fucking hell.
We've also got Shrek Vapes. Had to
what is
dip
that big
out,
one?
only bubbled in briefly. There you go. I believe he's working.
Yeah,
We've also got Sam Freeman. The guy at the bottom sounds like he's narrating in the night garden. Well, I didn't know what the night garden was.
Maca
And obviously, I was down at the bottom, so obviously I assume it was me. So night garden, it's like a children's program.
Well, this has been said before that you could read a good children's book.
Well,
You could.
Nick wanted me to read him a story so he could go to sleep.
Oh, fuck me. You're not going to do it now, are you?
No,
Thank God for that.
no.
No, he's not. He's when he's taking them kids to work, weighing it
Yeah.
in and weighing it back out again.
Come on, son. I want your advice. Come on.
Once upon a time, there was this truck.
No, that's you, Aiden. Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Can we do a new feature every week? Parky Watch.
Yeah. We'll get a little
Is
camera.
Parky dead? Computer says no.
We've also got Mick, bless his little heart, if you ever need a taxi in Gainsborough. He shouts out, safe bruv with the fisty bumps. Lastly but not least, this was for Mr. B. Rasper was. Mr. B means Rochford Files. By the way, as in Rockford Files. There you go. You've
Yeah, I
been
didn't
told
know
there,
that.
sir.
I didn't know that.
There
You learn something new every day, don't you?
I think him from there, though, is dead, isn't he?
No, he's long dead.
Yeah.
He's
There we go.
long dead.
We're safe on that, aren't
He
we?
got
now?
he got buried with his Firebird.
So there you go. So those are the shout outs from last week. Don't forget to pile your shouts out in so we can give you a shout out.
And
So-
don't forget the tongue twisters.
Yeah.
I like the tongue twisters. Especially because it takes him 3 pages to read.
I was just going to say it. It takes him about 7 pages to write him out, right? But yeah. Well done, brother.
Forest.
Big shout out to everybody in chat and also the people on the replay. You mean the world to us. Now we're going to get on with the hand checks. And
Connor Smith says there's another one that he put in earlier. Are we doing a print-out cut-off here? Or can he go and look, see if there's another one?
Go and have a look.
Okay.
If
We
you
can always
want.
do a print-out cut-off, say, no, fuck off. If you haven't done it by 5 o'clock, you're duff.
Yeah, if it's not done by 5 o'clock, it's all right.
You've got all week to try and get it in. But if not, bro, you can always read it out next week.
Yeah, I'll read it out
Nice.
next week.
You might as well have called him a lazy bastard there. You know, don't you?
We'll shout it out next week. We'll make sure we catch it next
So
week.
2 weeks ago, Connor Smith said...
Right then, it's time for hand check time, people.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
Of course, we've done a bumper. Nice.
Right then, hand check time.
Right, hand check, people.
Let's see how many mods we can get wrong all at once.
I'm going for at least 3. What do you reckon?
Mm.
We'll see. Right, folks, as you can see, we're in the 3 Men in a Vape Facebook group. If you want your hand check shown without any messages, then please go to the group and you will see where each week we'll put a post in. You can add it into the comments and away we go. Starting off with Paul Doolin, Mr. Show Off himself, with the Steam Crave Mason AIO.
Oh, you posh devil, you.
Do you know what? There's a little bit of controversy going out about them. They've
Oh,
hit.
go on, spread the word.
They've hit the like
The
your
grannies.
e-cig ones and your vaping 101s before the people who actually paid for the pre-release.
Oh, that's naughty.
Yeah, so if you were not very happy with that,
Yeah, that's a
I
naughty.
can imagine. I'd be fuming. In fact, I'd send it back because it's overpriced. Steam Crave item. Right, we're some 20 milligram Nick Salt Lemon. 20 milligram.
oh, and it's Harley's as well.
Yeah, no, oh, we're going to have a little tear for Harley.
Oh, Miss Harley.
There you go. Bye, my little friend. I hope you're doing well again. Bob Cattrall says, name that combo. Well, I know for a fact that is a K-Fun Cross RTA. Solly, I'll give you the chance to name that mod.
It's the Wizmac
Lux, in
Nutty
it.
Cricket 3, basically.
But it's the Lux. Is it called the Lux?
Can't remember what it's called now. Come on, what's it called?
I think it was the Lux.
I'm fairly certain it is the Lux. But that's definitely the K-Fun Cross because I recognise the little cross at the top. If I hadn't have seen that at the top, I wouldn't have done. But that little cross give it away. But yeah, Bob Cottrell, there you go. Cattrell, should I say. Jason Hind with a Dove Paul Reaver paired with the Blotto Max running a
Luxotic,
0.
innit? Sorry, not Lux, it's Luxotic. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Lizotic. That's it.
Same fucking thing, different name. Dove Paul Reaver paired with a Blotto Max running a 0.10 Fuse Clapton with some Freedom Elixirs. Gone girl. Bro and Blaster.
God, he nearly sounded like BFG then.
Didn't it?
Conga. Oh. That's looking decent there, Jason. Next, we've got B54 from Shrek with a no overhang now. Voltrove 38mm V2 running a 5.5mm inner diameter 8 wrap Stabbard Fuse Crafton Hog DNA 250 400 watt mod.
They are really nice mods, then.
They are.
Bit overcompensating, I think.
Well,
So
if you're into it, you've got to think you're not going to be filling very often, are you?
You're not. No, you're not going to be filling, but you're saying something to the ladies. Sorry there, Check. You just are. Moving on, we've got the Ben Martin. Oh, look at this. Double fisting a pair of Odins with Pulse V2s on the top. Oh.
Do you think he's found a setup that he likes?
To be fair, you can't really complain at that, can you? I'm not sure in the red and silver, personally. But yeah, I like the black and black with the little blue and the purple.
I've heard that Vimto's really nice as well.
That Dark Star, yeah, isn't it? Dark Star. I'm not.
Great.
I'm not
They're a
keen
great
on Dark Star.
They're a great idea though. With it's them like one shots. So you get that, and then you just add your Nick and your VG/PG to what ratio.
Well, VG and PG is a lot cheaper to buy than liquids.
Yeah, I think Darth were getting his tobacco one. I think he were getting like say 200 whatever of it, and it were only costing about 13 quid.
Yeah, it's next to nothing, is it? It's certainly cost-effective vaping.
And I think that's a lot to do with it. I know it's all right having shiny itis, you want to buy everything, but for people who just want to be able to, I've got one device, and I'm going to use that, and I want to have a liquid that I like. That sort of pricing takes it off of thinking, well, I was spending 70 quid on cigarettes a week. I'm now only spending whatever every month. You know what I mean?
There is definitely an advantage financial-wise to vaping over smoking, or even vaping over disposables. So yeah, good setup. Moving on, we got
Gazwood
Stephen.
says Dark Star juices aren't strong enough, and their nicotine is awful.
There you go.
So buy your own nicotine and put more liquid in, just sort of, or more flavouring. Stephen Jones with their Steam Crave Plus V3 on top of the Geek Vape L200 Classic Dual 21700.
I like that red.
It's very, that's very saturated. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd throw it away 'cause it's too bright. Get away from me.
I would have wanted to go maybe a little bit more matchy, but I do like that mod.
It's nice. Moving on, we've got Gav Evans with a Pulse V2 and a Blaze Solo. And Crispy Treats from Flavor Boss. Meant to do this last week, but I discovered I'm mysteriously not in the group. Fuck Facebook. There you go.
There you go. Bit of squonky.
It's a nice little device, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's not bad at all. Not bad.
I've not tried the Blaze Solo, so I can't really say what the RDA is like.
I want to get the Pulse AIO, but I've seen the price and I'm like, nope, it's not going to be this year. Moving on, we've got Connor Smith. Connor Smith, my main setup, Lost Vape Centaur Squonk with the Dead Rabbit V3 on top with some Pucker Juice Blaze. No ice, because who wants an Arctic blizzard going down your windpipe? That's what she said.
Well, that's my all-day vape, Pucker Juice Blaze, but obviously I have it in with Nick Salt, and I don't mind it with ice or without ice. I have 20 milligram Nick Salts for that.
I'm guessing he doesn't like weak coffee.
No.
He likes strong coffee and pink mittens. I can live with that.
How are you getting on with the squonker? That's the question, because that door of mine started getting really sloppy. You know, the house.
That's what she said.
It's got really sloppy. floppy, yeah. Still holds in fine, like, but it's a lot weaker than when it first. When it first.
What's it been out now? It's been out about a year.
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, the sledge part, should I say?
Moving on, we've got William Dobson. Did we have this last week?
Yeah, but it's still a nice little setup.
Yeah.
No, William, no. I know you're proud of your fucking device, but put something different in. Even if you have to steal
William,
it.
I like it, mate. I remember it. We said it had thingy shoulder pads, 80 shoulders pads.
Yeah,
I think it's a nice.
I'll guarantee it comes back next week. And it's going to come back every week to fucking haunt me, is that mod? Mark Howard Evil, cold day, so I'm vaping hot. He's got his casket with the Asgard on top. We've got the Black Roses Corn Miller.
Rose Alexis. Again, that's Phil. He's a right nice bloke. I tasted a few of his juices at Expo. Were really nice. And then you've got BDV, which is Big D Vapes.
The delicious thick berry yogurt.
I wasn't too keen. Out of all the flavours they had, that was one that I wasn't keen on. But the apple was really nice. And the Sinatra California Orange is really nice. I've got some reviews coming up on that. But he collaborated with Wick Liquor.
Yes.
All right.
So, the juices were really, really nice. And he were a part of the, that little home sort of place that we had at Expo. He were on there. So, yeah, no.
I like liquors, e-liquids.
Well, I love
some
their
of them
Boulevard.
I do, some of them I don't. I like the Boulevard one, which is a spiced apple one, but the other one I didn't quite like.
There were another one I liked, which I tasted at Overkill Mods, and that was a Wick Liquor, and that was another orangey one. That were quite nice.
Jane Dowd heard what we said last week, and she's come back to give our Adi his little treat.
Aww.
Now, she's saying that Solon will be able to name the mod, but no one said anything about the RDA. And I can tell you that's a Twisted Messes
24.
24. Yep.
But the mod, no, I don't know who it is.
We're hoping that we'll go. Jane, I want more carpet action.
Yeah, he wants to see your rug, Jane. He don't want to see your leathers. He wants to see your rug. So, yeah, I've seen, to be honest, there's quite a lot of mechs in that style. And it looks similar to a lot of
It reminded me of a Voltrona. I know it's not one, but it reminded me of the Voltrona.
Jane is saying it's a more cran stab wood tube.
I've not heard of that one. It is a nice
your word for it.
Though.
I'll take your word for it. We are supposedly reviewers, but we'll take your word for it.
The thing with mech users and stuff like that is always what the actual buttons like and the throwing.
As soon as that switch, you can normally tell.
Martin Saunders. Mr. B, what does this mod say about me today? I have my most ridiculous The Streamcrave Hadron Pro for Lipo with Aromarizer V3 plus in 18mm RTA. What does it say about you? You're a fucking show-off.
I tell you what,
I've never had a
lipo mod.
Yeah, never had one.
I have.
I always one of the I know batteries have come a long way on that. Whenever I spoke to anybody else, it's always you're worried about that swelling, aren't you, and overcharging.
But you can have that with any fucking battery. Doesn't matter whether it's lipo.
Well, lipos are renowned for it. If you look at batteries for phones, and it always.
To be honest, I'm more interested in the battery in the PS5 in the back. Very nice, but why would you have it on your carpet, you mad bastard?
Do you know what would do my head in? It's all this untidy wiring. I think you need to tidy this wiring up in the background there.
Yeah, look,
it's a mess. There's wires everywhere. You need a wire tidier.
Yeah, thank fuck you can't see my desk. I've got fucking wires everywhere. So yeah, that is almost. Mrs. B posted one. The soup.
Now, is there soup days Tuesdays and Sundays now or something?
It's every day. She does a batch of three days worth, and then moves on to the next one. I keep asking for weird things.
That's lovely, that.
But what she's been doing to help me lose weight, because I love soup, but I hate these Heinz liquid soups. I like to have a hearty soup.
Yeah,
that
like
one in
a beef.
That one in particular. Yeah, that one is a Mediterranean beef meatball and large couscous. and tomato.
The thing about doing your own soup as well is you know what's in it.
Yep, and I know exactly what's it's been helping me lose loads of weight. And I'll tell you for why. She fucking puts tons of veg in it. Absolutely tons of veg. So I got that soup. Good time. Boom. There we go, the dog. So there we go, we're back, and that is your hand checks. Thank you, everyone, for putting in your hand check, and we will make sure to get your hand checked in next week.
And Will Dobson, I liked it. I like that mod. But I think that will come back to haunt you, Mr. B. I think that'll come back to haunt you, that one.
He's going to post it every week, I guarantee it. Every single week, I'm going to see it. Every week, I'm going to be closing my eyes when I go to sleep. I'll see that fucking knob. And it'll start, and I'll hate it more and more every week.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on the Facebook group, make sure you get yourself out there and have a join. And also people who are on the Facebook group, we were talking, if you see any tech that's about on your travels, please send it in there, put it into there so we can have a little look at it. They're going to be coming back from the new year, I think, in a couple of weeks' time.
Aspire's put out a new one, haven't they?
Yeah, Aspire. I've got another one from Freemax and another one from Dan Vape.
I saw a post on Twitter from Aspire, and it was a pod system, but it was like an AIO system, but it was completely transparent.
This sort of
bit like jail. What they get in prisons.
Yeah,
it looked like that. To be honest, it looked cheap and nasty.
Well,
it
obviously this brings us on to the conversation that we're going to have, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a backstory on this. I woke up one morning last week, and Mr. B had posted something in the Three Men and Vapes show group that we've got that we talk about the show.
I can actually show
And then there were about 28 messages between Mark and Mr. B about this very subject. Now, we have spoke about this plenty of times, but there is a reasoning behind it. Have you actually got the post from Watofo that you saw?
Give me a second, I will get it.
So Mr. B basically found a post from Watofo, which we all know is owned by Smock. And we talk week in out about disposables.
Right, hang on, I'll go to screen share so we can all see what we're talking about. We're all on the same thing. More share screen and in. There we go. So there you go. That is the post from Watofo. The sparkly disposable vape comes from Watofo Zeta. I mean, right. So I'll let you carry on now. You can.
It looks like bubbles, doesn't it? What you'd have for kids.
It looks like a child's teat bottle.
Now, I actually reviewed some disposables for Watofo, and they looked nothing like that. They had the same sort of design, but there was green for like an apple, there was a red one, and they were just plain colours with Watofo on them. And I actually said to them, look, this is brilliant, just normal branded. Some people wouldn't have liked the Watofo bit of it, but that
is an affront to vaping. On the thing we said last week, and we probably said it the week before as well, I truly believe that the biggest problem with the vaping industry is that they have a habit of shooting themselves in the fucking feet. They have a fetish about it. Now, my problem with that disposable is quite simple. It is designed to attract kids. Why would you want a pink going into blue with sparkles and bubbles all over it? Who is that aimed at? What adult would pick that up and think, yeah, look at this, look how wonderful this looks?
I've got to say
the thing is, though, before you go into you've got to look at these. They've got to look at these things as somebody coming from non-vaping, from non-tobacco. Straight away, you can see why they say, well, yeah, it's a gateway to smoking because kids are going to pick that up and start. You can see where the relevance is. It's so like, yeah, that looks like it. All what's missing is a unicorn on it.
Exactly, or a minion, or some shit like that. It's crazy that someone in their R&D. You said you came up with a point where you said that the Chinese market is a little bit different to how we see things. But then at the same time, Watofo has HQs in the UK, it has HQs in Europe. Surely someone should have gone, whoa, hold on a minute. We've got all this problem with anti-vaping, saying that it's
I mean, it's obviously
addressing
not
things
meant for
towards
the
kids.
European Union or us because obviously it's 6,500 puffs into
Well, they're still
Well,
selling
no,
them.
they've advertised it in the UK market.
Mm.
You can still buy them online.
Yeah.
The problem what you've got, and it goes back older than disposables, and it's been an old, and this is why the TPD came in really as well, was the bottles of juice used to be exactly the same.
Mm.
I just there was a
Bottles
thing
of
with
juice
vaping
used to
Bogan.
have cartoon characters on it and stuff like that. way
Vaping
before
Bogan
this.
did a thing saying vaping's dead, and he read out this thing about how the Australian government is on about making packaging plain. I said last week that I was shocked that they didn't do that 5 years ago. I have no problem with that whatsoever. If all the packaging was plain, fine. As long as it says what I'm going
But
to be vaping on it,
Scotland's
I don't give a shit about it.
reviewing it now, aren't they, about banning
don't.
disposables?
Do not get me started on Wilma Wallace. That jumped up little Scotch hag needs to fuck off. Her and her whole party.
I think you come with a good point in the thing. As soon as you start banning stuff, though, we're in a big hole.
Well, this is the thing. For anyone who doesn't know, the Scottish economic part of the Scottish government is looking to try and get an outright ban on disposables in Scotland due to, and I quote this, public health and environmental concerns. Now, I get it from the environmental point of view. I'm 100% agree with that because disposables are causing a nuisance in the environment. They don't recycle properly. They're just discarded because they shouldn't really be called disposables because of how.
Well, when you think about it, right, we are running short on lithium.
Yeah.
Worldwide, we are running short on lithium, and they're taking the main resource.
100%.
Disposable. It's crazy.
They're just throwing it away after like 500 puffs or whatever. But the Scottish environmental people are getting all the knickers all in a twist quite rightly because the disposables everywhere and it costs an insurmountable amount of money to recycle them properly. Now, the problem is that they're also banding in or stealth banding in with the environmental problem a public health problem, which there isn't one. And that's what really annoyed me. And the thing that set my head into explode mode, the part that sent me into absolute berserk mode, was that the chief vaping dickhead of Scotland, the guy that's in charge of the vaping industry in Scotland, turned around and said, and I quote, a ban on disposables would stop the gateway to vaping for smokers. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. People who want to stop smoking can go to like a Caliburn A2, a Coco, an Aspire Mix. There's all sorts of them that they can go to as a start-off vaping device. They don't have to go to disposables.
I mean, vaping was quite happily going about its business, getting people off of cigarettes well before disposables became a thing. Me and Aiden's clashed on this particular subject a few times, where I've turned around and says I don't think disposables should be used as a gateway device to vaping. That's one thing I've always said from day one. They should not be used as a gateway because the cost in moving from smoking to disposables is astronomical compared to normal vaping. There's a £500 difference per year between switching to a Caliburn A2 and using disposables every day.
So obviously I'll stay quiet in what you were saying, and hopefully you'll just let me put my sort of side to it. What you're saying is perfectly right, is that these are a better way to do it. Now, it was only 2 years ago since we was calling pod systems the devil. We was having exactly the same.
The devil.
The pod systems were not welcome within the industry. Now, we are hobbyists. So the people who are watching this and the people who know about vaping are hobbyists. Not the normal Joe Blogs who sat there smoking £8, well, they're more than that now, aren't they? About £12 a packet of cigarettes a day. They're not. They don't know anything about a Caliburn. They would never have heard about it. So unless they walk into a hold on. Unless they walk into a vape shop. Now, when they walk into a vape shop, they're going to go, right, you've got this pod system, and you've got to charge it. Don't use your phone charger. You've got to put it into a laptop up back at telly or whatever else, or buy a designated charger for it. You've then got to take that out. You've then got to start putting your juice in it. What juice are you going to have? What juice aren't you going to have? Now, when these people then think, hold on a minute, I'm used to taking a cigarette out of a packet, sticking it in my mouth, lighting it, and then once I've done with it, I put it in the ashtray and I go back out. Now, you get these disposable vapes where they walk in, they've been paying £70, £80 or maybe more a week on cigarettes, and they go, right, I tell you what, I fancy a watermelon. So they get a watermelon vape, they undo the top of it, they take it out, and then they vape it. They don't have to fill it up, they don't have to charge it, they don't have to do anything with it. So once they've then grasped how to do it, and this vaping does work because I'm not smoking so much, at that point, as they're going back and buying these, it's down to the vape shops, which that's where they should be sold, not Tesco's, not Asda, anywhere else, but in the vape shop, for them to go, right, you've tried them, you've got yourself going on the vaping scene, now you want a Caliburn, now you want a pod system, and then you can then move on. Now
This is where me and you clash.
What you're talking about, hold on a minute, let me finish. You're talking about what they are saving. If they've been spending £100, £70 to £100 a week on cigarettes, and they've gone down to spending 20, they've now saved either £50 or £80 in 1 week. 20 for 4.
I'm not saying that disposables are not cheaper than cigarettes. This is where we clash. My point is disposables should never be a gateway into vaping. Because this is what causes the problem that we have now with the environment. Because disposables are now heavily dependent on being a gateway to vaping. The problem is, now this may be my fault for maybe judging people on how I do things. I shouldn't judge people by my standards. But when I was smoking and I wanted to switch to vaping to stop smoking, I researched. I went online. I looked at what vaping device would be good for me. I actually asked people. I didn't just walk into a shop one day and go, you know what, I can't be asked me fags, I'll have a disposable.
Yeah, that's you, but that's not...
Go on, Sorley.
Thank you. Human beings are lazy. That's first and foremost, and I'm going to say that. Right. We've already got the people that were going to switch anyway to vaping. They've already done it. The hobbyists, the people like that. Now you're trying to get the hard smokers to switch from smoking to vaping. They don't want a faff or anything like that. They don't want to research. They don't do any research. They don't watch shows like this. They don't go on YouTube and look for reviews or anything like that. What they do is they go to their local news agents. They will buy a packet of cigarettes, a paper, and go to work. Instead, now what they're doing is buying their paper. They're buying their disposable, which is virtually identical to how the habit of having a cigarette is. It's identical, irrespective. There's no faffing about. It's all, I can't be asked messing about looking for different juices. I can't be asked charging batteries and all that lot. No, it's there already.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I totally get you. I totally get the environmental thing. It's terrible. The environmental side.
And the other thing with the environmental thing, you can't say anything different with 10ml bottles.
No, I agree.
They're putting us to 10ml bottles.
But a 10ml bottle is easy to recycle than a battery.
Well, if you look at certain companies, which again, this is something that needs to be changed within the disposable market, not only the fact of aiming it towards kids, also the fact of it shouldn't be sold in like Asda's or anything like that. It should be a vape shop so it can be monitored and trading standards can sort that out. We know all that bit. But also the fact of there has been companies, I think Horizon Tech did it as well, where you can actually take it out, you can rinse the plastic bit, and that can go into your recycle bin, or you can take it back to the shop. I think it was Freemax.
Well, let's face it.
Or did it where you could actually post it to him?
Even if so, right, you've got the exact same design except the battery part. You recharge the battery. If you want to change your flavour, you can take that out and put another one in. Then you've just got your little pod. That would be perfect.
Well, that's a pod system, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pod system. So it's an enclosed pod system, like what we've got.
And once again, I think the big thing I can understand with the environment thing, that needs to be sorted out. Also, the fact that we need to be sorting out about where it's being aimed to as well, that needs to be sorted out. But for people who are going abroad for holidays now,
arguing about. The UKV is arguing about it. All these ones that are coming in that are 6,500 puffs and that lot. Well, it's obvious that people are going to buy them one because they last longer. That's all it is.
And you can
Your
recharge it.
capacity on a pod with 400 or 500 puffs isn't long enough.
Here's the biggest problem. The biggest problem on the environment side of things. We say we should be recycling like it's a statement that gets tossed to one side. You don't realise, or a lot of people will not realise, that the only place you can recycle a disposable is in the small electronics part. The only place that will take disposables to recycle is your local tip in the small electronics centre.
Well, no, you can take it apart.
Yeah, all right. If you're going to take it apart, then what's the point of a disposable? It's not something you'd take apart ever.
No, but that's how they show you. I
I
showed once on the UK Vape show. They actually show you. So you can take the bottom off, you unconnect the battery itself, and then you wrap that in thingy, and you can put the batteries, you know, like in your Lidl, in them.
Yeah, and that's much easier than charging an A2.
And I'd just like to add to that one, like I said at the beginning, people are lazy.
Yeah,
well, they're doing it that way, taking it all apart. That's much easier.
Yeah, I'm not. What you are saying is totally true. That you can strip them down and do it that way, but the problem is with them, people just sling them in a bin.
Yeah, and again, you've got to look outside. We've got a beer shop up here. What I told you in the day, the boxes are just on the floor. They're not even putting them in a bin. No. And this is a problem, and I totally agree. And you can't just do it to disposables. You can do it with alcohol as well. You've got kids who are going out there, which has been a long more problem, and like we said about ooch and all that other stuff. There's a lot of them that looks like fucking kiddie alcohol.
Yeah. Mad Dog 2020. That was
your ooch and all these, and now they're doing the vodkas with the VU, them gold ones where they've got blueberry. Look at your gins now, what they're doing.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Thing is, though, isn't it? So, like, this is where the responsibility comes to a vape shop. Surely they should be able to have in the vape shop a recycling centre there.
Yeah, well, this is the thing that will go directly to the small electronics, like where you would take your microwave to a tip. The problem is that tips charge companies money to go in. There's another problem. Are you going to be a vape shop that takes a bag of fucking disposables to thing and get charged for it?
The thing is, it's got to be a part of the price. It's something that companies have, and big companies can afford this, of making sure that the disposable part of it.
The problem also, we know that a lot of the disposables are Chinese.
Yeah,
China are not bothered. They are not interested in the environment side of things.
Look at their emissions.
Yeah, don't get me started on just not dickheads.
So like, where does the responsibility lie?
I think the only place responsibility can lie. It's all right saying China doesn't bother, because they don't. But the fact is we do, and the responsibility has to lie with the people selling them, because they're making the conscious decision to sell them. Now, at the end of the day,
so is that the vape shop or is that the distributor then?
That's going to be the vape shop. It's not the distributor doesn't get fucked over if an underage person buys a bottle of vodka. It's the shop. So it should be the shop that sells the vape that causes the problem. Now, if it was me in charge, I would be telling the councils to say you need to be putting bins up for small electronics, like disposables. That way the council can just pick them up and take them. That would solve the environment problem.
Well, then you'd get the people that don't vape and that lot saying, "No,
what they're going to complain? Oh, there's a bin on my street with disposables in, dirty bastards." No, come on.
You would, though. You know you would. They would.
Yeah, they would. They moan about anything, don't they? About where the bloody bins are. But do you know what I would say as well? You know, like these companies, the ones that really worry me is obviously the snides that are out and about. If the big companies are going to get into it, is do something like if you bring it back to your vape shop and you've got so many, you know what I mean, we'll knock so much off of the next one. And then the vape shop itself, I know it's a little bit of hassle for them, but it means that somebody's coming back into your shop, is to have a bin, and it comes and gets collected.
I think all vape shops, irrespective if it's a disposable or it's a Caliburn or whatever, you should have a place where you can take it back to get recycled.
I agree.
It doesn't matter what it is. I think you've got to think, in vaping, we all rely on batteries. To do what we do, we've got to have batteries. So we've got to recycle them somewhere.
Here's a question that I thought of this week. Not just vaping devices have batteries. Our remote
Yeah, Bob.
controls have batteries. Everything has batteries. What are we doing with the batteries our remote controls? Do we just chuck them in a bin?
No.
But
I think
I'm
most
not going to
people
sit here
are.
and lie. Yeah, I would imagine, because obviously they're not the same sort of batteries as what we get from the other ones.
The AA and double A's, they go to Aldi's.
Yeah, ours going bin.
Something to think about, isn't it? It's something to think.
I know for a fact ours going to a bin.
Mine do. I've never, up until like recently, the last couple of months, I've never thought about it. It's, oh, batteries are dead. Bin.
That's after you've rolled them around in your hand about 6 times.
Yeah,
But not radiated.
I've
radiator.
strapped a timer to them, a bit of C4. So there you go, son.
Yeah, again, that's exactly what I was thinking about, Bob, is put 5 of them in, you get one free. I think, like I said, there's a long way to go with him, and I think they've got a place as well, like I said, for holidays. Going out to the pub, instead of taking a vape that you don't want to lose.
I mean, come on, let's face it. If you go out for a night out with your mates, rambling in town, last thing you want to be doing is taking your £300 mod.
I agree. There's a place for them. I agree. But coming back from, because we all know the problems with disposables, we can talk about that all day. Coming back to the Scotland problem, the stealth little, we're worried about public health. Because if they start banning disposables because of public health, where's the next thing we're going to try and attack? Because if disposables are causing a public health problem because of vaping, then they're going to start attacking vaping, aren't they? Do you think it's a stealth way to getting rid of vaping in total?
I would hope not, because I think the UK in a whole is a lead in the vaping, because it just shows.
Well, Scotland doesn't like being a part of the UK, does it? Well,
no, yeah.
Wilma Wallace doesn't, and a band of fucking merry men. But the problem is that if the English NHS has turned around and gone, no, vaping is good, it's 95% safer than smoking, then they're obviously going to turn and go, no, smoking's better. Because it's just their nature.
Yeah, I do believe, though, yeah, it's down to the people to sort that bit out.
I like that from Shrek. Scottish worried about public health. Isn't this the country that deep fries everything?
I like a good old deep fried Mars, but I only tried it once, but it was quite nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do your Rochford giveaway. You know the word to put in if I spelt it right this week. Rochford. While we do that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the deals of the week.
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, deals of the week.
Now, I just need to
So that was deals of the week. So come on, Mr. B, show us your wares.
I've got some deals for you. Not quite cheap deals, but I've got some deals. And we're going to start off with our friends over at eSig1, who are selling the Steam Crave Hadron Pro DNA box set, or box mod, 250C DNA, by the way, for $79.99. That's half price. You're saving
That's
£9.
a bargain, that.
That is quite a bargain indeed.
They are really nice. That's the one that you didn't like the top bit, did you, Mark?
It's got a little bit of a raised
A bit of a raised platform
510.
there.
A little bit, but it's manageable. Lovely fit and finish on it, though.
Yeah,
And
very
doors
light
just
as well, isn't it?
That's my favourite. I like that.
Isn't that the
That
sleeve?
Is it a sleeve or is it? Oh, it's
That's
out of stock
a
anyway, you
leather
can't have it.
sleeve, that.
You can only have it in silver, black, or silver.
Or you could have the sleeve.
Can't
on
even
it.
have
The
it in
sleeve
black.
look
It's
nice.
out of stock on that now. So you can only have it in silver.
Banging.
But still, 80 quid.
Mark.
That's a cracking deal. Moving on to our friends over at Vaping 101, who are selling the Hell Vape Hell 200 watt box mod for $34.99.
You can't go wrong at that either.
No, you can't. It's like I said, not cheap, but still.
Gaz would know.
$34.99.
On the last one there, that Hadron, it wouldn't fit a 30 mil on it, but the Hadron Plus would fit a 30 mil on it.
news for your weekend. So the Hell 200 box mod, $34.99. Now our friends over at Washington Vapes, look at this little
Great
darling.
place to check out that, people. You know, if you're looking for something cheap, they're great to check out.
Yeah, the Fushai by Sigley MTV mod for $19.99.
With the LEDs.
Something a bit different, a bit LED, a bit of circuit board showing.
If you don't like the LEDs, you can turn them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's only available in blue, blue and orange. Blue and orange. So $19.99. I think that's a cracking deal. A cracking deal there, sir. I can't get to my next one. There's a way of doing it. There we go. And the last one is over at Grey Haze. Now, remember when we say, well, take something to work or go out with something, something like that? Or someone who's starting vaping. This Vaporesso Extra pod kit for a tenner.
They are really good. We reviewed them, didn't we, bro?
Yep.
£10. You get it in rainbow resin, in grey resin, in black and silver.
If you're thinking about getting disposable, don't bother. Get something like that.
They're absolutely perfect. I give 2 of them away to me, Louise's sister's boyfriend, and I think he's still using them.
Yeah, you can only get them in rainbow resin, but it is, like I said, for a tenner, decent thing to take to work, decent thing to give someone who's starting vaping.
Yep.
Cracking little mod, that. Cracking little mod. And for a tenner, you can't really go wrong. So you got the Vaporesso Extra Pod Kit for £9.99 at Grey Haze. The Fushai by Sigley MTV mod for $19.99 over at Washington Vapes. The Hell 200 box mod at Vaping 101 for $34.99, and the Steam Crave Hard Drawn Pro DNA 250C box mod for $79.99 over at eSig1. And they are your deals of the week. Boom!
Deals of the week. Thanks so much, everybody. If anybody sees anything, let us know in the group and let Mr. B know about it, and he will go and do his roving reporter and check it out. It does all help. Ladies and gentlemen, last shout for people to put in the Rochford. Remember, it is UK and Ireland only. Unfortunately, we don't send out over to the US or anywhere like that. Lads, it's been an absolute corking show. I've properly enjoyed this. Nice.
That's gone fast.
It does. It goes fast. That hour does really go fast. That's why we changed the UK Vape show to 2 hours. Or back to 2 hours.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that here.
Well, this one's always
hour
the same.
is
Always
enough.
an hour. It's nice. You can get what you want to say, do your little bits, and it's nice.
1 hour is enough.
So that's your last chance, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to roll it, and the winner is Shane Foster.
Hey, Shane Foster.
Hey. Let me know, buddy, if you want it. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, straight away after the show, it does link it, and it worked last week, over to Benny Vapes' mixing show. So if you are into or wanting to get into a little bit of mixing, go and check him out. The lads there are absolutely fantastic. You had Mr. Miller on your show last week, didn't you, bro?
We certainly did. What a cracking show that was.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke as well.
Really is.
Old Graham, he could, I think he could drink me under the table, that kid.
I think
And his knowledge about music's really good.
Yeah, well, he's a knowledgeable bloke about a lot of things, vaping, mixing, and stuff like that. No, he's a right nice. And
Wiki.
I don't know if you said on your show he's looking at a new line and doing things a little bit different.
No, we was gothing it out really big time. We was talking all about the old 80s goth bands and that.
Like that, make sure I've not just stopped the stream on. There you go, Shane. Get in touch with littlebrovapes@gmail.com and I will sort that all out. Everybody else's is yours will be on the way. If I got in touch with you, I think the last one who won, I'm not got in touch with you. I know the one before that's all getting sent out. So it will be all sorted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the evening where we are going to say our goodbyes. Mr. B, say goodbye.
Bye. I'm doing my Harley trick. No, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for commenting. And thank you for those who forgot to put the tongue twisters in the comments below. Don't forget, if you do have a tongue twister, put it in the comment below. And our lovely Soli Omi will try his best to read it out. He's not very good at them. So, until Friday at 8 o'clock, where I shall see you for the conversation station, that is all for me. Ta-ta. for now.
Over to my wonderful brother Soliomi.
You've got a voice for radio, dude.
He's
Guys,
podcasting,
thank you
right?
so much for a lovely show. Guys in chat, thank you so much. And don't forget, like Mr. E says, to put them tongue twisters in if you want me to completely cock them up. If you'd like to see more of me, don't forget to check out the home service at 7:30 tomorrow night. And then you obviously straight after that, you've got Vic and the gang at 9. So thank you so much. Over to my little brother.
Why the fuck would you promote UK Vape Show?
It's a good show.
It's the second liked show in the country. Ours is the best. Promote this one.
Somebody wrote that in chat. How are you going to say what Mr. Lee said the other day? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a great show. Big love to everybody who's been in chat. Also, big love to the Spanners. Well done for being on the ball. Big love to everybody who's on the replay. Once again, like Mr. B said, if you do join the replay, make sure you stick a tongue twister at the end. I'm sure you can find a few. It's just quite fun to watch me, brother.
It's fun to watch me squirm, yes.
Big love to everybody. We will catch you next week. Get yourself over to Benny Vapes. It will automatically take you over. We've worked that all out. Big love to you all, and good night.
Good night.
Big love, Bunny. Big love, Liz. Big love, Bill. Big love, Gaz. Bob. Fee. Paul. Shane.
So are you hoping Jade will send you a picture of a rub?
Aren't you still supposed to do the shout outs at the beginning of the show?
No, you don't do shout outs. Too many people. Good night.